was mainly in foster care, so I grew up all over Des Moines. I was homeless a little bit when I was a child, and then I ended up in foster care, and then graduated and ended up homeless again. Basically, when I was first homeless, in the dead of winter, I was sleeping on church porches and sleeping just wherever. It didn't matter. I didn't know that Joppa existed, so I didn't have a tent or anything. And I was just sleeping on the bare ground if I had to, just walking until I passed out.
I've been homeless for the last 3 years now. After my wife died, I went off the deep end, and I got cancer of the lungs right now. They're talking stage 3 or 4, but I'm gonna beat it because I've got the Lord on my side. You know, I gave it to Him. I don't have cancer. I gave it to Him. So the burdens I'm giving to Him, and I hope He can accept it because I got a lot of them.
I was staying with my mom after I came back from Texas in Indianola, and the manager at her apartment told me I had to go. So I had a week to leave. And I ended up at the shelter downtown, and then ended up on the streets after that. My mom was my best friend, and I was at the shelter when she passed away. I missed saying goodbye by 30 seconds, the nurse said, because they tried to do CPR 5 times and they couldn't bring her back. And there was nights in my tent I would just sit there and cry for her because I had nobody. You can't grieve when you lose your best friend and your parent at the same time.
It's a hard road, but I took the wrong one. Drinking, you know, eased the pain and it just made it worse. Didn't help it a bit. Well, you get rained on. You got more bugs out here than y'all know what to do with. You don't have nothing to eat. And everything out here is damp and wet. You gotta sleep in something that's wet.
I try to walk from one friend's house to another just to try to stay warm. It was about the only thing I knew to do, stop at gas stations, try to stop at one family member to another, try to stay the night there to stay warm. I took a meth pipe that I bought off of a random stranger, and I took that to the police just so I could have a place to stay last winter. It was so cold outside.
The lowest part was when I was sexually assaulted in June, was the lowest part, on top of dealing with my mom passing away. I was living on the railroad tracks on the southeast side of town near the police station, and a male decided that I was his next victim. To this day, I'm afraid to walk anywhere without it. Nobody can come up behind me anymore because I'm afraid they're gonna hurt me or sexually assault me or something.
For Joppa to help me get a place, it was kind of like a lifesaver. After I found Joppa, it only took me a little less than a year to find housing. And once I got signed up on all the correct lists, because I still missed a step or two, it only took a month.
Can you talk about where we are now?
In my own apartment.
And how does that feel?
It's safer. I'm not as scared as I was.
Mary Ann called me up one time. She says, you gotta get down to CISS right now. And they had a place out here because I want to live on the west side. It's nice and quiet and peaceful. And they found a place, and I said, that was it. And I went to Iowa City that day and come back, and the gentleman had a kitchen table, that couch over there and that chair and a couple pictures, and the people have been awesome.
Without Joppa, I'd still be homeless. I'd probably still be sleeping in a tent when winter comes around now.
They pretty much kept me alive on the streets, because if they hadn't, I would be 6 feet under where my mom's at. They kept us water, food, toiletries, shower, accessories.
But Joppa will, if they can't do it, will point you in the right direction. That's a given. I know that for a fact. So
Instead of saying we can't help you anymore, you know, they stick with you and help you so you don't feel like you got demoted when you got kicked out or wherever you ended up.
There's help out there if you seek it and ask for it.
Now that I have an apartment, I still see Joppa. They stop by for aftercare on Sundays and help bring food. I still go down there and maintain a relationship. They help me go to my appointments and kind of help me hold myself accountable for where I have to go.
When Joppa shows up, it's like a little bit of heaven for everybody out there because we're all trying to survive and take one day at a time, pretty much.
No matter what is going on, you always got a smile on your face, or they're willing to help the best you can, and even go to extremes to help a person. So I can't praise the place enough.